Now, logically, most people would say they understand the difference between lonely and alone. Think about it. How would you respond to that? But let me ask you this. Does your behavior say otherwise? And your behavior says otherwise if you struggle with feelings of loneliness. Just to cover the basics, alone would be the physical state, not having other people around you. Loneliness would be the feeling. And most people, when you ask them, well, what does loneliness feel like? They'll tell you that it's that feeling of isolation, being disconnected from the group, cut off somehow different, rejected by the group, being the outsider, not feeling understood, not feeling cared about by other people, feeling like the misfits. And unconsciously, so many of us have this link, this association, that if a person is alone or single, then they must feel lonely. Or we have the association that if that person is surrounded by family, friends, admirers, followers, that they must not feel lonely. But we've all had experiences that tell us otherwise. It is possible to be alone and to feel happy and content and relaxed and even excited and having fun. And in contrast, we've all had experiences where we've been surrounded by other people and felt incredibly lonely. Maybe it was classmates, maybe it was colleagues, maybe it was your friends or your family that you felt disconnected and different from. And sometimes the loneliness is so bad that a person can be laying in bed at night next to someone, maybe a significant other, and feel incredibly lonely, so lonely that the tears are just streaming down your face. So, isn't it interesting that the common advice for dealing with loneliness is to go find a group of people, find a community to be a part of, volunteer, get a pet? And it just doesn't work for so many people. What does that tell you? Feelings of loneliness are not going to be relieved by connecting with other people, by going out on dates, by having friends, by having a family. That's not going to make you feel less lonely. The only way to really relieve feelings of loneliness is by changing your relationship with yourself. Other people are not the problem. Other people are not to blame if you feel lonely. And being single or having to do a lot of things on your own, that's not the problem either. There's something else going on there that's creating the feeling of loneliness, that's creating the feeling of disconnection. And it is different for everyone, which is why the standard advice fails so often.